This is Sue Birch, CEO of Wines of South Africa, and we are talking here at the Cape Wine Show 2008. Now, Sue, tell me a little about the show, how it began, and where you are now from the time you first started.
We started in 2000 with the idea that we wanted a South African trade show for international players to come and experience the Cape for themselves. Our first show was in 2000. We had 100 exhibitors and a mammoth number of 100 visitors from overseas, all of whose airfares were paid by the Department of Trade and Industry. We've run the show every 2 years since then. We've moved from holding it on a winery into the International Convention Centre in Cape Town. We have over 360 wineries exhibiting. We will have approximately 2,000 trade people through the gate, of which 80 are paid for the DTI. So things have really changed. People come to the show because it is the premier South African wine event.
And how many days is the show?
It's a 3-day show. We have seminars in the morning and the trade show runs all day. But the thing that makes Cape Wine so different from other shows is that there's a huge hospitality program run around it. So we run a big opening event, food and wine event, on the first night, and then all our wineries put on events around over the 7 days. So sort of a few days prior and a few days after the event. So there are parties on the wine estates, there's special functions in town, there are boat trips, there are all sorts of things that the wineries put on to entertain their guests.
Right. So it becomes a fun event.
It's fun and serious because the show is structured very seriously. You know, it's an environment in which you can do business, in which you can taste. It looks and feels like any international show. But around this, in the evenings and then on either side of it are these lovely visits and social events.
And where are your visitors from, mainly?
Our biggest portion of visitors come from Europe because that's still where we sell the most of our wines. But we have visitors from Canada, we have visitors from the USA, we have visitors from India. We're delighted to see Indians here because it's a very favorite country for South Africa. South Korea, China, Japan, so all over the world.
Is this the first time you've had a delegation from India?
No, we've had Indians at Cape Wine since 2004. The first Indian journalists and 1 or 2 importers. And at that stage there was no South African wine available in India. And that's obviously gradually increasing. But we didn't have many Indians 2 years ago. So it's very nice to see a contingent again here this year.
Right. I think wine from South Africa is doing very well in India. It's well liked and it's popular, and your Pinotage is doing well too.
Oh, that's
I'm pleased to say, yes, I like that. I like that grape. And I met an importer here who's importing Pinotage, and she says it's doing very well.
Oh, great.
So lovely talking to you, Sue.
It's
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you very much.